What's up, guys? Just give me 1 second. I'm just trying to orient this real quick. Rotate. Seems like my orientation is locked. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to set up the fucking. It's like the moment I start doing shit. Fucking. My gosh. Fuck, dude. Just trying to paint this fucking commission, dude. Aha. Figured it out. Man. It's a long ass night. Okay. Fucking finally, dude. Holy shit. Okay. Just to show you guys what I've did so far. Painted this for my commissioner. She wanted 4 paintings, so it started with this Caterpie one. I got a Metapod one, and I'm gonna be working on Butterfree right now. And depending on how I'm feeling, the 4th one might be up to you guys if you guys want to have some input on this on the 4th commission, but we're 2 out of 4, so let me see. Also, for anyone who is doing painting, this is what I'm using. Palette paper. If you guys don't know what this is, it's pretty much a paper-like palette. What I've been using to paint. I'm using acrylic, no oil, because I don't have time to let oil dry. And I'm gonna be doing all this art with this brush. It's a little fucking old. The end is like fucking split, but it's like whatever, really. I don't care. Okay. So. Get some water. I'm gonna put the chat on my computer. That way I can see you guys. I'm not gonna be paying attention to my phone much. Alright, so we need a reference. Where are you from? We're from you. Give me 1 second. Where am I from? From the United States. I'm a freelance artist. I do comic book and illustrations. I do commissions on the side. And I'm normally not that good at painting, but gotta do new stuff, in order to keep the skill set pretty fresh. Okay. Okay. Alright, So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna sketch this out first, and then we're gonna. Oh, fuck yeah. Okay, so pretty much what I want this piece to be. Okay, sweet. Also, Ayush Gupta, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it, and thank you guys for the likes. So pretty much, my mindset for going into this is I wanted to have like Pokemon paintings, and I wanted them to be kind of aesthetic. You know, kind of like how you see in the Pokemon card games. So pretty much, we just have to pretty much sketch out the landscape before we sketch out the Pokemon. It's pretty important that we find, you know, our horizon line. It's a shitty horizon line, but you know, it does the job. So this is our horizon line, and I really want to have Butterfree in a pretty dynamic, like position, pose, I guess. Um, and I want it to be, and what I mean by dynamic is I want the painting to have some kind of fluidity to it. I want it to make it feel as if it's like a part of the piece instead of it just being like Pokemon and then like random art in the background, you know. So we're gonna have to layer this. So the first layer would have to be, you know, um, background, and then we'll start building from the back forward. So you know, there's the background, the midground, and the foreground. So I'm trying to figure out what I would want for Butterfree, personally. Um, I think I kind of want it. If you guys ever seen the episode where Ash let go of his Butterfree, you know how there's like a bunch of Butterfrees on the trees. I think I kind of want that, to be honest. And if I'm gonna do that, I'm thinking not showing any of the ground and showing like a top part of the canopy. So like kind of like what I wanted to do is like I wanted to show like probably like a big ass tree going into like something like that, right? Because remember, we're gonna fill this up with like a lot of foliage, so we just need to get like the base of it, more or less. Because Butterfree is gonna be like right here. If you guys haven't seen this, like this is where we're gonna draw Butterfree at. We're either gonna draw it either like on the tree itself. Oh fuck! And there goes my fucking pencil. Ah, fucking breaking lead. Nice, draw it. Thank you, appreciate it. So yeah, so we're either gonna have Butterfree here on this tree, or we're gonna have it flying away. So we can have it in one or two positions for this composition. What's cool is that the tree's gonna be taken up this side, and we're gonna be mixing in order to get this kind of color. What I want this tree to be like is I don't want too much foliage where it's covering up the Butterfree, but I also want enough foliage where it's gonna not create such a clustered background, if that makes sense. So kind of like what I want to do is like for an art trick that I've kind of learned in school. It's funny because like I wear glasses, so this is perfect. If you don't have glasses, don't worry about it. But if you wear glasses, this will probably help too. But if you don't wear glasses, if you look at the composition, if you squint, right, the squinting erases the detail, and you can start seeing shades and hues, or I guess more so shades than hues, because hues based off color and saturation, all that stuff. But pretty much the squinting and me taking off my glasses emulates that. But pretty much like we wanna figure out like how do we make this like a realistic looking tree almost. So if I was to squint, right, I can see that this is like the bark, right? I could tell that, you know, it's gonna be natural curves to the tree, all that stuff. And if I was to, let's say, make foliage, right, I'd squint. I'd say like there'd be some foliage here, right, kind of covering up this part, some on the side over here. It's gonna look like a lot of scribbles for now, but we're gonna, once you see like more detail being added, um, I think you guys will be able to see the picture just a lot better. I want like a little bit of foliage here and here. So pretty much what I did was I have like, I kind of pretty much the same way I started the background, where it's like background, midground, foreground. Same thing we're kind of doing to the trees, where this is kind of like the foreground, midground, background, right? With some stems and some stuff accentuating the tree. Alright. So now we got like this like rough looking tree here. We can even add a hole here, kind of showing like something lives in here. That's only if. So we got this. So normally I would start working more on the background, but I think I really need to add like at least like a rough sketch of where Butterfree is at, because in order to add more foliage to the side over here, right, I need to have at least like, I need to find where my Pokemon's at, where my centerpiece is at. So I have a reference of Butterfree on the computer. So pretty much it would be like right here. So you don't look like a dumb Butterfree for now, but is that a nose? Hold up, I gotta go check this reference real quick. Okay, so yeah, it is a nose. That's weird. I never actually noticed this before. So it's like a nose with like two fangs. Got this little, it's like three fingers. Three finger whack. No, we can have like this going off in like the wind almost. Maybe I made the antenna just a little bit too big. We'll fix that later. Kim, yo, what up? Free. Yo, for real. So this is gonna be the hard part. So in order to make this painting at least somewhat kind of realistic, I mean, no matter how much I want to make it realistic, it's not gonna look realistic because it has a fucking Pokemon in it. But the issue that I'm gonna be experiencing now is, how do I make the wings look like if it's like there's some kind of movement to there, as if it's not static, because the last thing you want is a static character or something static, unless the whole piece is static. For this piece specifically, I don't want anything static. I want to be able to show some kind of life. For example, for the Caterpie, right, you could tell that it's like, yeah, it's a little static, but like you can still tell there's some kind of life here, right? You could tell that it's like chilling, right? It's as if you're Route 1, like trying to get another Caterpie, you know what I'm saying? And then another cool thing here, the same thing. I mean, the Metapod looks kind of like a little, don't get me wrong, but you can still show that it has some kind of character, right? That you just found it next to a Pokeball. So that's kind of like what I'm going for too. I want to show that it's like living, breathing, that it's like in its own world instead of it being ripped off from something. Also like the wings. So the wings actually start from like higher up actually. So butterflies belong to a group called Lepidoptera. Lepidoptera is the blanket term for butterflies and moths, which is pretty cool. And lepids are pretty interesting. There's like a bunch of cool caterpillars that are in my garden right now. is like pretty cool. Alright, so this is kind of like the rough, um, meta. Definitely is the meta. So this is like the rough sketch, and what I'm thinking is, I don't add any. I like messing with particle effects and stuff like that, especially in digital pieces. I've never tried a particle effect with physical rendering in terms of like physical paint. Um, so this one I kind of want to experiment a little bit, only because I feel like I'm confident enough to, I could pull something off. So I was thinking in this, right, how do we tell that this is like moving, right? Because the wings are, kind of stuck in a position. I mean, I can move them, right? But if I want to show that it's like moving, I can add in comic book and illustration, right? This is from my experience of printing out five comic books, zines specifically, and in comic book art, whether it's an American comic book or Eastern, um, any kind of comic book, there's always action lines and always ways to kind of tell movement. Because as a painting, we have to figure out how to tell that movement in a different way, I guess, because I'm so heavy with like line work that like I need to figure out how to soften the lines and make it a little bit more, I wouldn't say surreal, but a little bit more landscapey. Wow, five comic books. Yeah, I have them on my Etsy shop. I'll get them at some point in this live. If you guys are interested in checking them out. Um, but yeah, so pretty much everyone knows Butterfree has access to poison powder, sleep powder, all that stuff. So I'm thinking, yo, let's add kind of like, I'm thinking kind of like a way to kind of tell that there's like wind going, right? No, that one's kind of dookie. And then over here, I was thinking with smaller dots, does it bust though? Oh yeah, dude, it definitely busts down, dude. Fucking this Butterfree's twerking, dude. So yeah, so I'm thinking we're gonna add some particle effects, sleep powder, poison powder, whatever it's feeling, right? So we got the tree down, we got the Butterfree. We might add a sun in the back with some clouds. Like I'm thinking like right here, and then like, don't mind me, I'm just drawing some very shitty clouds right now, cause like, we'll add some birds in the background, cause like there's real animals in Pokemon. If not, look at the episode where Ash fights Misty. Fucking Cerulean Jim has an aquarium. Alright, so got some birds, sun here, got some clouds, got a whole tree here. And this part is what's missing. Actually, you know what we could do actually? We can either add a smaller tree, right? Because this is kind of looking like it's touching the ground, but we don't want to give that illusion. We want it to give the illusion that it's like atop of the canopy, or at least like midway of the canopy, because this would be higher up. So down here, I'm assuming like down here would be like shrubbery, all that stuff. Over here, I'm expecting something like, I don't know, like a blueberry plant or some kind of foliage plant that grows at least like 3-4 feet. You want to give the sense that you don't want to put too much shit in here, right? But you want to be able to kind of like, I don't know, give some life, just breathe some life into it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make actually almost like a shrub, but not really. Normally I don't hold my pencil like this, but because it's such a big ass canvas, I mean this is not really like that big of a canvas. Like I got the I got this big boy fucking 18 by 24 that I gotta fucking do at some point. But yeah, there's a fucking bug on me. Get out of here. This also looks like a little bonsai. Not really what I'm going for. Add some sticks here. Get the fuck away, dude. This bug is bugging me, dude. Okay. There's pretty much the rough sketch, dude. I like it. So we need a base coat. So we're gonna do a white base coat. Well, that's gonna look kind of yucky because of the pencil. But oh fuck, I need okay. What the fuck? There's so many fucking bugs, dude. Man, I can't paint in peace. I'm drawing a Butterfree while being bugged by bugs. So, I guess we'll show the paint too. This is the first paint. What is this? Yeah, this is off-white. Off-white. I think off-white color is pretty good for a base. So you see, like, you have to apply multiple coats, because like whenever you use a white, it just kind of like blends the the pencil. But oddly enough, I kind of like the spread. I don't know about other artists, but I kind of like it only because it adds like, I don't know, I feel like it adds like this weird kind of shadow. So when I paint over it, it kind of adds to it, which is kind of cool. I know that's probably not the conventional way to painting, because like for actual art, like itself, like I'm talking about line work, like illustrations, I feel like I'm good at it. Painting, not so much. And most of the time, like I sell paintings pretty high because like I stay like super up. I've been painting right now for about like a couple hours actually. Not more than a couple hours. I mean, more like a few, like 3 or 4. To get like this base coat of off-white on there, I feel like some colors are gonna be able to kind of like pop. We have kind of like it's not, I wouldn't say it's priming, but like you're technically priming a canvas, right? So that you can start adding colors. I realize through painting that it's all about layering. You just gotta work on top of it and kind of like figure out how things work. There's like really no right way to paint, but I feel like there is an inherent way to paint though. There's like a fluidity of how things work. Kind of like when you pick up a pen and the ink just kind of like flows out. It's like the same thing. But with painting, like your brush, it's so weird. Your brush like pulls paint. See, the off-white is starting to cover it. Don't freak out. You know, I can still see the line art underneath. It may be a little blurred, but I can still see it. Oh my gosh, it's spilling paint everywhere. Gotta pick it up from the floor before it dries. Oh, man. Wasting my precious wood off-white. Floor is gobbling up. Almost done with this layer. So for me, what I like about painting is that it takes me off of my hard, aggressive style of art. Because I normally... Hey, stop it! Hey, stop, fuck. Cat just fucking going crazy on the paint on the floor, and I'm like, dude, you cannot be looking at that. Okay. I know it looks like shit now, guys, but just give me a second. Alright. I hope this person's really happy with their commission. Ooh, fuck. Alright. There's a first layer. What the fuck? There's a bug in my cup. I hope it likes paint. Alright. So for the base layer, so I'm actually gonna split it in half. If I can find this fucking paint. There's this. Well, it seems like I'm running out of paint, so I guess this will have to do. If you don't got paint, you gotta mix for some. This is a Bluebird. So pretty much what I'm gonna do is with the off-white. So this is the off-white. I showed this before. I'm gonna mix a little bit. Alright, so this is what I'm gonna do. So with the Bluebird, right, I'm gonna add a second layer, and it's gonna be a gradient, a blue gradient. So it's gonna be heavier up top of the blue. It's gonna come down. So definitely gonna use the blue first, and then within our gradients, we're gonna just bring it down. Pretty much you gotta like mix it. Yeah, sweet. So this is where the sun is at, cloud. So we want to bring it like right here. We'll just cover Butterfree too. We'll go back in the wings and coat it with the off-white to give it that pattern. And with this blue, it's going to help us a little bit when forming our tree. Filling this is like pretty difficult, I'm not gonna lie. And I'm doing it all with this brush too. And it's not because I'm trying to make it hard for myself, but I'm just really comfortable using this brush and I don't want to switch brushes. Add some white right here and kind of like mix it. The off-white is what's gonna help blend it, I think. Got the palette stuck on me. The sky's already coming out pretty interesting. Also, thank you guys for tuning into the stream and stuff. I really appreciate all the likes and stuff. It means a lot. So over here, I'm gonna make it just a little bit darker. Because this is where the tree's going, so I need as much, I'm pretty much laying down the foundation for shading later. That's what I learned. I feel like with painting, you have, not the freedom or the right, but feel like you can get away with having wonky colors underneath. I feel like if it matches, and if you can pull it off, and if it can help like what you're drawing, I feel like any technique is good. And then go over it with this blue, get some white, and just kind of like soften up like the edges a little bit. And we take the off-white, and we just kind of some clouds. Alright, it's starting to shape up. What are you making? Hi Sharon, October Gabriel. So I am doing a Butterfree. It's a Pokemon, the original 151. It's for a commission that I'm doing. My commissioner asked me for 4 paintings, asked me for animating something cute, so I decided to go with Pokemon. We did off stream. Made this Caterpie, and made this Metapod, and now we're doing the third evolution, which is going to be a Butterfree, so that's going to be pretty cool. There's so many fucking bugs around, dude. So yeah. So we're gonna go with the tree first. So we have yellow ochre. Some more stuff too. Alright, so it seems like I don't have brown, so I have to mix for brown. Brown, I believe, consists of red. Well, I guess this is scarlet, so I'll get red. Red, green, orange, and we're gonna mix a little bit of yellow ochre in there. Hopefully we can like blind and make this tree. I'm looking for like a deep brown, but I don't want this brown to be super fucking crazy. So I might need to lighten it up a little bit. So, got like some green, orange, some red. Some more red in there. Aha. Sweet. So, I got my color mixed. Let's see, where the fuck is this tree? Okay, yeah, right here. Oh yeah, perfect. The perfect brown. I like this brown. Just mixed it too. Yeah, whenever you don't have a color, as long as you have primary colors, like you can mix and just get any color you want. Granted, you have the right color. So, want at least like a base of like where it's at. So that's like the branch or the arm of the tree. Now I can just do this. And this white, this off-white is making my brown look extra not poopy. And I really need it to be this dark color. I mean, I don't mind it being light in certain areas. Right, there we go. You can see this. This tree is starting to look like a tree. That's pretty cool. Some more of that brown. All right. All right, this is a section that's gonna have a lot of foliage, a lot of leaves and shit. It's gonna be here, 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 some smaller stuff here. Time for that yellow ochre. Okay, so just gonna. All right, tree is looking crazy. All right, guys, should we have a shiny Butterfree or should we have a normal Butterfree? That is the question here. While you guys are answering that, I'm gonna paint some leaves. Boom. Pretty cool. It's kind of... I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Just let you know, Muscle's live streaming in the kitchen. Okay. I'm back at it again. I'm gonna put some headphones on. I'm gonna pretty much like paint this as fast as possible because I am getting kind of tired. I will be paying attention to chat, but if I don't talk, it's probably because I'm like super concentrated. Fucking now I found this, dude. So for Butterfree itself, we're going to be using Cobalt Violet. That or... Yeah, I'm using this. Okay, hold up, where is it at? Okay. Alright, so it's a little bigger than what I wanted it to be, but it's okay. This is where it's going to be used for Butterfree's. We're going to be using Aqua for Butterfree's like mouth, fingies, and legs. We're going to take Christmas Red, and we're gonna mix it with white in order to get that like pink Butterfree kind of like look, like those eyeballs. Yeah, I think I need Christmas Red. Yeah, I need Christmas Red. Christmas Red is almost that like fluorescent red, and like a dash of purple in here. I feel like I gotta add some yellow to make this like just a little bit brighter. Somewhere. There we go. So I do need some help from this, so I got light magenta. It's slowly coming together. It's looking like a little rough right now, but don't worry because it's like once everything dries, we're gonna add another layer of coat.
glasses.
What was that?
I can't find my glasses.
Where'd you put them?
They're around my bed, but I can't see them.
Need help?
Yeah.
I'd stream. Give me a sec. I honestly think you need to switch your glasses. Not some shit. You put them in the room? Just get insurance from your job. Okay. Man, this wing looks like shit, dude. Gotta fix this. These lines are not what I want. Man. Lovely Bunny, what up? Welcome to the stream. Fuck, dude. All right, guys. It's my phone's at 1%, so I'm gonna end the stream here. I'm gonna finish this off camera, and head to bed. But I appreciate everyone who tuned into the art stream, and I'll definitely be streaming more